You've heard that voice before. Maybe it sounds like, "I'm such an idiot." Maybe it sounds like, "I always mess everything up." Maybe it sounds like, "What's wrong with me?" That voice has been running in your head for years, maybe decades, and you've treated it like the most honest voice in the room. Today, we prove it's one of the most dishonest. Here is what low self-esteem actually does to the human mind. It doesn't just make you feel bad. It installs a magnifying glass over every mistake you make, every flaw, every awkward moment, every time you fall short. And it enlarges those moments until they feel like the defining truth about who you are. One awkward moment at a party becomes proof that you are embarrassing. One bad performance at work becomes proof that you are incompetent. One relationship that didn't work out becomes proof that you are unlovable. One mistake, one moment, one event, and your brain stamps a permanent verdict onto your entire identity. Researchers call this labeling. Most people call it being honest with themselves. But it isn't honesty, it's distortion. And here's where it gets personal. That voice didn't appear from nowhere. It was built slowly and quietly over years, from negative messages that lodged themselves in your mind and stayed there. A parent's criticism you heard at 7 years old. A teacher who embarrassed you in front of the class. A group of people who made you feel like you didn't belong. Negative messages tend to stick, and positive ones fade faster. Over time, the external voice becomes internal. You stop needing other people to criticize you. You learn to do it to yourself, automatically, constantly, mercilessly. And because the voice sounds like you, and comes from inside your head, you never stop to question whether it is actually true. Now, here is the discovery that changes everything. Worthlessness is not a fact. It is a thought. A distorted, identifiable, correctable thought. Your failures do not determine your worth. Your mistakes do not determine your worth. Your productivity, appearance, success, or relationships do not determine your worth either. The moment you tie your self-esteem to any external measure, you hand control of your identity to something unstable. And eventually, that thing will fail you. You do not have to earn self-worth or achieve it, or prove you deserve it. You only have to recognize that the voice claiming you are worthless is distorted. Because every time that voice declares you are worthless, it is making a cognitive error, and cognitive errors can be corrected. Weapon 1, put the thought on trial. Write the exact thought down, like "I am such a failure," or "I am not smart enough." Then ask which distortion is operating here, all or nothing, thinking, labeling, overgeneralization. Name it. Then write a more accurate response based on evidence. Not fake positivity, not empty affirmations, just the evidence-based truth. Thoughts that feel undeniable often collapse quickly under honest examination. Weapon 2, count every attack. Use a counter on your phone and click every time the inner critic attacks. At the end of the day, look at the number: 50 attacks, 100, maybe more. Most people have no idea how relentless that voice really is. And seeing the number creates distance, and the thought stops feeling like you. It becomes something happening inside your mind, something observable. Weapon 3, cope, do not collapse. When something goes wrong, the inner critic wants you to replay it endlessly. Refuse, define the actual problem clearly. Break it into smaller parts and address each part directly. Evaluate, adjust, move forward. You are not the problem. There may be a problem, but problems can be solved. Identities cannot be solved like problems can. That voice has been your constant companion through every mistake and rejection, and every single time it returned with the same verdict: this proves you are not good enough. But here is what we know now. There is not a single human being on this planet who is objectively worthless. Not one. What does exist are people running distorted thoughts that tell them they are. You may have been one of those people. But starting now, you do not have to be. Drop a comment below and write the exact phrase your inner critic uses.